Welcome to Shenkman Education. My name is Marty Shenkman, and the topic of this quick video clip is planning trusts, or you planning your estate where you have a beneficiary, child, or other person who you want to benefit and provide for who has an addiction issue or mental health issue. Typical or standard planning doesn't work sufficiently. Too often people leave assets outright, and if a beneficiary has a mental health or addiction issue, that could be a terrible mistake. It's probably far better to leave any bequests, and even if you make gifts during a lifetime, in trust for the beneficiary. But you can't just use a boilerplate or standard trust. There's other steps you're going to want to take. So for example, who do you name as trustee? Will the trustee have the wherewithal, the competency, the strength of character, the knowledge to know how to deal with the beneficiary with the mental health or addiction issues? Many institutional, corporate, professional trustees won't handle this either. So you need to speak to the people or the company, the corporation that you're going to name as trustee in advance and make sure that they have the willingness to do it. Consider adding a provision that permits the trustee to expressly negotiate or arrange for guardrails or an agreement with the beneficiary. So if you want money, you have to give me 48 hours advance notice and not on a weekend. And you have to justify and explain why. Otherwise, I can't make a distribution. Make sure the trust permits distributions for the benefit of the beneficiary. If the beneficiary has a gambling problem, you're not going to want to give them cash outright as the trustee. You may prefer to pay for rent and utilities and taxes and other expenses directly to third parties so you have some control over the money. Similarly, if it's a mental health issue and they're not responsible, or a drug addiction issue. Consider having a trust protector and give that person various authorities to change or modify the trust for different circumstances. So that can also be important. Find out who you may want to hire to help with the particular challenges that the beneficiary has. You may want to hire a mental health professional, somebody specialized in addiction. Give the trustee express right to do that. While it's probably included under the general provisions that almost any trust would provide for, it may be beneficial to expressly provide for addressing a beneficiary with mental health issues. Consider no ending date on the trust. Too many trusts end at some specified age like 30 or 35. It could be a disaster if the problem still exists. And build in flexibility. Give the trustee the right to decant or merge the trust. Thank you for joining me, and keep in mind that all the information on Shenkman Education is for educational purposes only. Don't make any legal decisions without having appropriate professional guidance.